What's up everybody? Welcome to our very first review video. This is something I always wanted to get into, as I love watching tech reviews and trying out new gear. Today, I finally got that chance, as the guys from Rotobox Philippines and Glorious sent me over this package. The Glorious Model O Wireless. To be honest, I never heard of this brand before, and at first I was very skeptical. But when I looked it up, it actually had very good reviews. So that's when I started to get excited. Also, it's gonna be my very first wireless mouse. I usually avoid wireless mouse and keyboards just because I don't like charging them. But let's see if this thing can change my mind. So let's unpack this thing. Okay guys, so let's get started. So let's open this thing. Ooh. Whoa. Right from the get-go, I can tell that this mouse is super light. It's unlike any mouse I had before. I never held a mouse this light. And I really like the logo right here. I like this little detail here. And to be honest, I never had a mouse which has had these holes before, so we're gonna check that out. But I think it contributes also to its super lightweight state. Let's see what's in the rest of the box. So, we got this little thing here. I think this is the receiver for the wireless thing. Okay, and here we got our wire. I like this little detail here where they made the USB port orange. And this is a USB-C, if I'm not mistaken. So we can plug this into the mouse to charge it, I guess. And if you want to play with a wire, let's put that back in here. Yeah, quick start guide and the Glorious card. So there's not much in the box, but right from the get-go, I really like the mouse. Let's try to turn this on. Ooh, it's also bigger than my G102. So I gotta kind of get used to that. And we also got the DPI switch in the middle. And one feature that I really like is this LED right here. You might not see it that it's blue, but when you change the DPI, it actually changes color. So that's your indicator what your current DPI is.
By default, yellow means a DPI of 400, blue is 800, red is 1600, and finally, green is a DPI of 3200. However, you can customize it in the software however you want. Cosmetics. Let's talk about the looks of this mouse. There's really only one word to describe this mouse. It's neat. I love the matte black colorway of it and the Glorious logo on the sides of it. It has white skates, which you can also replace by buying their Glorious G skates. And like almost every mouse out there by now, it has RGB lights, which gives you plus 20 aim. Bruh. Build. The build of the Glorious Model O Wireless kind of feels plasticky and a bit fragile, but that might be because it's built to be as light as possible. However, I wouldn't suggest throwing it around or slamming it on your table too much, as I feel it could easily break. So if you rage a lot and like throwing your mouse around, this mouse might not be for you. You get two side buttons and a button in the middle, fully customizable in the software if you like. The left and right button of this mouse are very tactile, while when you scroll the mouse wheel, it barely makes any sound. Here's a quick sound test. Comfort. Comfort-wise, it took me about 3 days to get really used to it, as it is bigger than my old mouse, and I never had a mouse this light before. It perfectly fits my hand, but if it were any bigger, it might have been probably start to feel uncomfortable already. I have relatively medium-sized hands, so if you have small hands, you might want to try how comfortable you feel with a mouse of this size. One thing that I was worried about, which could have bothered me, was the holes on top of the mouse. However, right from the moment I started using the mouse, I couldn't even feel the holes while holding it. The only thing I really struggled with at first there was no rest for my pinky finger. But since this is an ambidextrous mouse, designed both for left and right-handed people, this is understandable. Wireless connectivity. Like I said earlier, this is my first wireless mouse, and this was what I was most excited about. The advantage of going wireless is there won't be any cable drag happening while moving your mouse around. This is huge, especially if you have a small mouse space and you're struggling with your mouse cable getting tangled up or hitting objects, thus affecting your movement. Also, it makes your mouse even lighter, as you won't have to pull the mouse cable along with your mouse. Now, the real question, how responsive is the wireless connection? To make it short, it's flawless. Response time is instant, and I don't feel any delay even when the battery is running low. I've tried it both with the wire and without it, and it definitely felt the same. I also like how quickly you can add and remove the cable from the receiver, in case you need to charge or go wired. Battery life. In terms of battery, they advertised that it has a battery life of 71 hours, but I haven't really tested it much, but it surely can hold up for long gaming sessions. The mouse wheel also will indicate if your battery is running low, as it will change its color to red. Software. Let's check the software of the Model O. On the first look, it seems very simple, and you can also see the battery life right here. You can create different profiles and even import and export your settings. You're able to change the lighting effects, the rate at which you want the effect to go on, and the brightness for both wired or wireless modes. You're also able to customize the button functions as you like, but in my case, I just left this at default. You can also fully customize the DPI stages of your mouse, including the color you want it to display at a certain DPI. So that's probably it for the software. Pretty standard, but everything you need in one place and very straightforward to use. Performance. After a week of playing Warzone with this mouse, I can definitely say this is a top tier mouse. The sensor is accurate and instant, the mouse slides very smoothly around the mousepad, and I had no issues whatsoever playing long hours with it. It took some time for me, however, to get used to it, as I never had a mouse this light and no cable drag on top of it. But after 3 days of constantly playing with it, I started to fall in love with it. Price. Now the real question, how much does this mouse cost, and how does it scale with its competitors? The Model O wireless costs around $79.99 or around 4,000 pesos. If you compare it to the Logitech G Pro, which costs around $129.99 or around 6,200 pesos, it's a third cheaper than the G Pro. So it's definitely cheaper than the G Pro, which is probably the most popular wireless mouse on the market right now. But you get the same performance at a much lesser price point. So what are the pros and cons of the glorious Model O wireless? First, its weight. At 69 grams, it's probably one of the most lightest mouses. Secondly, the DPI color indicator. This is a feature I really love about the wireless Model O, as you can tell straight away what your current DPI is. Thirdly, I love the cosmetics. I love the matte black look, the integration of the logo at its sides, and the sheer simplicity of the mouse. Fourth, performance. It definitely competes with the best brands out there. And lastly, price. Let's talk about the cons. It's really hard to find a con about this mouse, but if I really had to say if there was one, is first, when you open the software, it changes your current DPI setting, which is a bit annoying, but you can change it very quick. And secondly, if you got small hands, this might not be the mouse for you, but it's still a matter of personal preference.
Final verdict. So I guess this mouse will be definitely replacing my Logitech G102, and currently it is my favorite mouse. If you want to buy this mouse or other glorious products, please visit Rotobox Philippines and show them some love. Again, thank you so much Rotobox Philippines for sending me this awesome product. I love it. It's surely the best mouse I ever owned, and I'll be using this product definitely for a long time. If you have any other questions regarding this mouse, or if you think I missed something, please leave a comment down below. And if in the future you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to the channel and I'll see you in the next one. So thank you for watching, and as always, peace.